Hello, my name is Malik Shah, and I will be presenting social narratives and gamification. So, for my, sure that is a little weird. For my gamification, uh, the gamification of working out goals. That is what I'll be kind of going over, just to recap what exactly I want, and using the social narrative, or social slash narrative. And so, I just want people to work out. I don't need them to be crazy, ripped, or jacked, as they use those terms, or be that perfect life form of this certain muscle density, certain body fat ratio, only eats green beans, and just no, just just healthy. Working out at least once a day leads to a healthier lifestyle. Even if they don't eat the healthiest, even if they don't exactly work out more past that, working out at least once every day, even if it's not extraneous, so something small. I say just going on walks every day does lead to a healthier lifestyle. And so I just want to gamify that. So the first topic is epic narrative. So what is it? Typically, the epic narrative is recounting heroic deeds. It doesn't have to be exactly heroic deeds, but it's something like you are. Or yeah, I can use my examples. You're the chosen one. Save us, Obi-Wan, or you were born into this not Fire Emblem, Dragon Quest. The last one that came out was you were born to be a savior, so save us. Um, another is being mentored by other people, or in this case, other players. Um, that gives you that. I was starting this game off at, or for working out, I should start with that example, I guess. Um, yeah, I'll go back to the chosen one and relate that to game, or to the working out. I just realized that I did. I'll just go into the mentor right now. And so for mentoring, it could be I was working out by myself, and then they implemented a mentor system, and I found my results improved when I had this other player giving me his workout charts and specs and what he does every week and what he's using it for, because he's using exactly what I'm using mine for. It works out until this mentor really helped me. The chosen one, or the child of destiny, a little harder to use in working out, but it is the atypical you are the chosen one, or you were born for this epic narrative style. And so it would be more like a story quest, so to speak, where milestones of the story would be checked off via you doing certain workouts, or completing certain quotation milestones, or for yourself. So after completing 500 push-ups, you get the next part of the story, and stuff like that. And the meaningful titles, I think this one's probably the best for an epic narrative, because as um, a person who works out, they typically have their strengths and the weaknesses. So if arms, let's say, are your weakness, and you see there's a title for doing, I don't know, 50 push-ups, one go, and so you go and you hit those 50 push-ups, your one go 50 push-ups, and you feel ecstatic, you're excited, and now you have this title that says arms champ or something like that. It doesn't have to be that exactly, but now you have this title that whenever people see you on the game, or on the app, I should say, or if by chance you have a friend that works out with you and he uses the app too, and he sees that title, he's like, yo, you did the 50 push-ups by yourself? Like, you did that, like, one go? Like, yeah, I did it. Like, you ain't cheating? Like, no. 50 push-ups, straight, arm champ. And so it leads to that it feels like, like an epic narrative. Like, you were the hero, and you were chosen to do this, and you did it, and now you have this meaningful title to represent the deed that you've done. Kind of like when heroes like slay dragons. Like, oh, the dragon slayer is coming to town. You will be the arms champ who is working out. So the next topic would be the social influence. So what is this? Social influence comprises the way in which individuals change their behavior to meet the demands of a social environment. We, as humans, do this on a daily, especially if you are fond of the social media. I myself am not, but I do know from past experiences and people that I talk to that one big thing uh, people like kind of is scoreboards. They like to see how good they're doing. It doesn't have to be versus the world. It could be versus a certain niche group. So let's say, again, you were trying to do arms day, and you're like, oh, you know what? I'm good at the arms, so I'm gonna see who's doing arms day. I'm gonna see how many they're doing. And obviously, you might have a few people who are cheating and just inputting numbers, but you can kind of make out like what's real, what's not, relatively. Like, oh, I'm gonna go for first place. I'm gonna try to hit first place. This dude did 99 push-ups in one go. I can do that. I can do better than that. And so that leads to that mentorship again, because just having that other player, that other person helping you out, saying, yo, I was in your shoes, I know what you're looking for, and I found results with this. Because not everyone knows what they're doing. Not many people don't know what they're doing, especially when it comes to working out. So having that extra person, that other person tell you exactly what they did and it shows through their success, and you can like check their board, check their status or whatever, and see like, yeah, they showed progress, they've showed improvement. That that type of push, that social influence right there is definitely useful for getting people to work out more or work out in general. And then one that I don't think is as good, but kinda, is social prods, invite your friends, those kind of poke systems. Now, when it comes to working out, I think it's a little different from Animal Farm, but it kind of can get just as annoying as. And so it's a little less lean on, but I do think it is something that would be useful, because if you have a good friend, let's say Jim, and you yourself just started working out using this app, Jim doesn't live too far, and Jim has been talking about going to work out for a while, you give him a poke. Like, hey, I'm using this app to work out and it's really helping me. Poke Jim, hey, you can use this app too, and it'll help motivate you to work out as well. And that kind of stuff, although I don't 100% agree with it, because not many people like being poked, it is a way of getting that pressure, social influence going and driving through multiple people. And some people will answer to the poke, some people won't. It's dependent upon the person that you're poking. You know your friends best or better than others. So if Jim talks about everything and never does anything, poking him will not prove to be useful. But if you got that crazy zany friend who's always willing to try something new, poking them might actually lead to them working out with you. So with that one, it's more of a use it at your own discretion. To hit the old wrap up, what I believe would be the best motivational methods of the three per the topics, so epic narrative and social influence, that I chose would be meaningful titles for epic narratives and scoreboards for social influence, because just combining those two makes for such a good feeling, because now you can go, for all intents and purposes, again, let's say you need 50 push-ups for the meaningful title. You do your 50 push-ups, and now you're feeling to yourself like, man, I really did that. I wonder how many other people have gotten to that point. And you see, like, there's a bunch of people in the 40s and the 30s, in the 50s and the 60s, and you just hit the 50. And then you look at the scoreboard, and maybe the scoreboard, it shows your titles, and you see above the arms champ, you see arms god, and like, wow, what did he do to get that? And he did 70 push-ups, or maybe 90 or whatever the number would be. And so he did so many more, but you're like, now in your mind, you're like, he did it, and I got to this, and I didn't think I can do it. I can get to this, and then I can get that title, and that title is way better than what I have. So that kind of feeds into each other, because your meaningful titles can be used not just in your what's those things called, post, not just in your post, but in scoreboards, because scoreboards are a place where people are going to check to see where they're at. And if they see John Smith arm god. They're like, whoa, how are you an arm god? What does that title mean? And they look and like, he's done 100 push-ups nonstop. It's like, what? That's crazy, dude. Like, I'm just an arm king. That's 50 push-ups nonstop. And so like, the type of push, or the type of synergy, I should say, would really help in pushing people to do more and work out more and give them that motivation that they need, give them that feeling that they're doing something epic, or push them socially, showing their friends like, yo, I did 50 push-ups, beat that, and their friends like, you know what, I'm gonna do 55, or I'm gonna do 60. I'm gonna beat your score. You're like, oh, you beat my score, so I'm gonna beat yours. Because scoreboards always lead to that competitiveness, especially if you have competitive friends or just competitive people. And so, those things, I believe, are the best way to do that. Now, there are ways to cheat. Like I said, most likely you would have to, at least for this, you'd have to like upload a video with it. It doesn't have to be anything crazy like that. Just a video of you doing the push-ups or the whatever the workout is. But I think that'd be a great way to assign those things. But other than that, that will conclude my video and presentation as well. Thank you for watching. I'm going to answer any questions.